Hello, Widow Bottoms! How are you guys? On the pod today, one of my really good friends, Josh Johnson. He's a correspondent on The Daily Show, and you know him because he has some of the most viral YouTube content, probably one of the most popular YouTube specials on Comedy Central. This guy he's just a absolute powerhouse of comedic talent. And Ali Colbert, also powerhouse of comedic talent, is co-hosting, and we just really got into the prisons of gender today. It was like a really, really interesting gender conversation in a way that I don't think we've had on the pod. And I don't know. I loved it. I just thought it was really good. Alex is nodding right now. I think it was a great episode for that. And I just talk about how horny I am. So that's my contribution. As always, we can't do this without donations. Patreon.com/WHGS. It pays for the editing. It pays for the social media stuff, all the equipment, everything that we do here, the studio itself, the co-hosts, all of it. Consider giving $1. It's 25 cents an episode. It's 25 cents an episode. Come on. That's a nice little price for a bottom. That's a good bottom discount. And then I am going on tour. I am in Europe right now. And then we are adding a ton. I have to pull these up because I don't have these memorized yet. I will be in Los Angeles, Hartford, Connecticut, Oklahoma City, Nashville, Louisville, Austin, Des Moines. That's a lot. Come see me. Come on. Thanks, guys. This podcast is sponsored by Smalls. Listener, if you're a fan of the podcast, you know I have 2 little podcats, and I love them so much, and that's why I feed them Smalls. Smalls is my absolute favorite cat food because it's made with incredible ingredients that I would find in my own fridge. And every time I feed them Smalls, they go nuts for the stuff. They love it. Their fur is shinier, and they're healthier overall, and I can feel so good about what I'm feeding them. Now is the time to make the switch to Smalls. Head to smalls.com/gay and use promo code GAY at checkout for 50% off your first order plus free shipping. That's the best offer you'll find, but you have to use my code GAY for 50% off your first order. One last time, that's promo code GAY for 50% off your first order plus free shipping. Listener, this episode is brought to you by MeUndies, my favorite underwear, and not just underwear. There's loungewear like joggers and onesies, and the reason I love it is it's the most comfy. It's breathable, it feels good on your bum, and it sizes extra small to 4XL, guaranteeing a flattering cut for everybody. And my favorite part, it's responsibly sourced. They use sustainably sourced materials and work with partners that care for their workers. Good things come in big packages at MeUndies. Get 20% off your first order plus free shipping at MeUndies.com/WHGS. That's MeUndies.com/WHGS for 20% off plus free shipping. MeUndies. Comfort from the outside in.
Straight men, everything that we can't do, that was a rule we made. So everything that women do or queer people do that we're like, it sucks that they get to do that. It's like, that was us, though.
Because you guys were like, that's good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like, if you see a guy doing a split, like dancing at a wedding, there's a moment of horror. You know? No one's excited.
I don't even like seeing guys take their legs out and crop. People make fun of guys who cross their legs like this.
Yeah.
It's just don't bend. Jeez. You know?
I think you just want men to be dead.
This girl is my wife.
Yeah, she's your wife.
I'm positive.
For sure.
Yeah.
And you posted a picture of you guys kissing.
Yeah.
It was also just both of you are good-looking people.
Yeah.
It was a very hot photo.
Thanks.
So I wrote, I can't handle this or something.
And no one liked that comment.
No, are you joking? No, a couple people liked it.
No, but people were commenting being eye roll to Ashley.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But because no one knew what you meant by I can't with this or something.
Yeah, it was.
I actually didn't know, and I texted you being what can't you? And you were like, it's great. And I was oh, okay, thanks.
Look how fucking hot this is.
Okay. Yep. And so then you said,
I said, Allie, I can't look. No, I think it's clear. Allie, I can't look at you like this. 117
That's not clear
likes.
what that means.
Allie, I can't look at you
me
like this.
What? Like what? Can't you look at me
Like all hot. You're all hot. You're my friend.
I didn't think
it's
that.
like the beginning of a scene.
Yes.
So then
Thank you.
I can't see you like this. Is like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess you're right. I've never posted someone in the way that I've been posting my current girlfriend. And that's been something that I've been thinking about. Like, I'm just like, I want to just post her. I'm happy. I don't know what it is about love that makes you want to like, it's actually the opposite with you though, because you never share anything about your
Which is probably so smart.
What, me?
Yeah. I didn't realize how long and successful your relationship was.
Oh, yeah.
Probably because he doesn't do this shit.
Yeah. He doesn't do this. And so he's happy and well.
That might be it. That could be a potential reason, but I think it's one of many reasons that we're doing well and we're happy.
I should probably introduce you guys. We're in the apartment. We're having gay sex. We're having gay sex with incredible comedian, Comedy Central, right?
Yeah,
Several
yeah.
specials.
Thanks.
Peacock, a special.
Mm-hmm.
Where else are your 19 specials that you have out available?
Comedy
7 fucking
Central.
hours of YouTube content this past year?
Yeah.
Was that what it was?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he's the most prolific
specials you're putting out 70.
He's
No,
putting
no.
out like 15 minutes of YouTube content every week. New,
Yeah.
fresh.
How?
It'll be
He's a
like on
genius.
current events, and then it'll be on like my life, and then it'll be on.
How do you do
other
that in
stuff.
addition to a day job?
He's a genius.
I just don't really go outside of.
That's wild.
Yeah, I mean, like I
don't really
Do you
I
hang
just,
out
like,
with this girl that you're dating?
Yeah. We hang out.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but like,
He's so prolific. It's insane.
Wow. Okay.
And he
that's
just
a
gets
lot.
it done week after week.
yeah.
If you're
trying.
not enjoying his content, you must go look up Josh Johnson.
That's very kind.
You are one of my favorite comedians.
I appreciate
You've helped
it.
me so much with my work.
Oh, I'm glad.
Yeah.
You haven't helped me at all.
I would love to help you. I'd love to help in any way possible.
Just text him, pitch a bit.
No, you have helped me. You came on my show, and you really are a great storyteller.
You're
Oh, thanks.
phenomenal.
I do my best. Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily, things keep happening. That's actually what it is. Is that I'm around either horrible things or like something odd, and I'm like, oh, that's great. That actually makes it feel easy.
Yeah.
Because then it's like if you're trying to like craft an idea or you're trying to draw two ideas together, it becomes like, all right, can I do this? But then if someone is just crazy on the train in front of you, you're like, what a gift.
Yeah.
It's all happening.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
We do have that illness where something
Yeah.
really, truly horrible will happen to you.
Like really bad. Like my friend was in the car over from the Brooklyn guy that shot up the train.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Shot up?
Oh my God.
Was there a
Yeah.
train shooting?
Yeah.
Yeah. And she was in the car next to that car, so she didn't
Was
know
that
what was
what happened
happening.
yesterday?
No.
yesterday.
This happened like a week ago.
I'm not even up to date on the shootings.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
There's so many
There
of
was a
them.
Tompkins
Yeah.
Square Park one a few days ago.
What?
I missed that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
How many people?
I just knew that there was an active shooter. I don't know how many people got
Yeah.
injured.
I feel like in New York, a lot of people don't get hit. It's just the, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because a gun in New York is a feeling. Like a gun in New York is like, because you're letting it out, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's not as many like shootings that are directed at like I meant to find this person and get them. It's
Is
more
this
like
based on anything other than your feelings about it?
I'm basing it off of stats. It's like so many
No,
things.
it does feel like that doesn't really happen in New York.
Yeah. Even that guy, everyone forgot about this because of I think it was COVID that really like took over.
There
after.
was a
But
big-
there was a guy who tried to blow himself up on the train, and he made the bomb wrong, so he just blew himself against the wall. It's actually a very funny video if you ever see it. It was like I feel like it's been scrubbed from the internet, but he was like like essentially like a terrorist cell. And then he was like, and then he pulled, but then
That's
he did
so
it wrong.
funny that-
So he just did.
Did anyone
that.
get hurt before I laugh?
No, I don't think I don't think he managed to hurt
You know,
anybody.
I'm like, I need to hear the end of every
Yeah,
story
yeah.
you're giving before I laugh.
Yeah,
No, that's really funny.
No,
Wow.
he just blew himself against the wall.
That's so embarrassing.
like really hard.
That's
too.
so embarrassing for his
It'd
terrorist
be like that
cell.
sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes
Does it
you're
mean
trying
you
to
can
be
make from
terrorizing. Yeah,
That's like the meme.
yeah.
I wonder if did he die?
No,
He didn't even die.
I don't think he died.
That's so embarrassing.
Yeah.
That happens
You couldn't
a
even
lot.
yourself.
Yeah.
That happens a lot that you don't die when you want to die.
That's pretty spot on. What a great description of life.
It happens a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's common.
You've basically summed it up.
Yeah.
Like that's sometimes you just want to be like dying and you're not even dying.
But
For
if
real.
you make the attempt, and I'm going to get, this is treacherous territory for me, so I don't even want to get into it, but I'm very happy for you with your girlfriend. That's where this started.
Yeah, that is where
thank you.
that is
I'm
where we
so
started.
happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you
it's
too.
fun
Thank
to
you.
watch
Yeah.
you.
Thank
and I
you.
apologize for my
Don't apologize.
text, my comment.
Now-
I meant it like, oh, this is so hot. Everyone's so hot.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so happy. Thank you.
But you're a bit machine.
Oh, am I? Is it annoying?
No, it's not annoying.
Oh,
I
okay.
just, this is the thing that's amazing about you is I don't know anyone who converses.
Sure, both work.
I think both work. Yeah.
Both work. Who conversates like that?
In bit form. Pure
I don't
bit
think-
form.
I think that's usually if you're doing that, you might not be psychologically fit.
Yeah. So I don't.
If you're just doing bits, you should be able to also have a conversation.
Yeah.
I think he is having a conversation.
He is. I'm just teasing him.
But sometimes I don't talk to people well at all. in a way where I'm like, oh, this is the other side of the coin. Like I've been at parties and been bombing with one person, not even trying to be funny. I mean bombing as in like basic human interaction, gun to my head. You just have to be polite and pleasant with this person.
Yeah.
And I'm just
Struggling.
I can feel the trigger squeezing on the gun because I'm like, oh man, and I'll say something that's like I think making it light, and they're like, what? I'm like, oh,
I
geez.
know. I really
I can't
identify
see
with
you
that.
having social trouble though. To me, you're one of the most socially skilled people I know, Allie.
Oh, thank you. I don't have social trouble, but I'm very acutely aware of the fact when I feel like I want to be getting a better reception, and I'm
Oh, sure.
I'm like I'll even have a call. I can have a call with my girlfriend and feel like I didn't show up enough I'm like I'm bombing, and she's like, we've been dating for months. I love you, and I'm like, but I still want to like kill.
You
know?
want to kill the call.
Do you feel that
Yeah,
way?
I do feel that sometimes.
I feel that way.
Like
Yeah.
in front of Jen's family, I feel that big time.
Oh.
They already really like me. I don't know what I'm so worried about, but I feel like I have to fucking kill in front
Yeah.
of her family every time. And her friends,
Yeah.
oh my God, if I'm not killing with the friends,
Yeah.
I just want to die.
Friends is rough too, because if you are not killing with the friends, you're like, are they like, is whoever I'm dating just being nice to me? Because they clearly come from a group that has a totally different sense of humor.
Right.
So the fact that they think that I'm funny, it's like, is this a
I
fluke?
think there is
You know?
something to getting
That's
along with
interesting.
the friends and the family. Like you can't pick everybody. Not everyone's going to be perfect.
Sometimes I kill too hard with the friends.
No, this is a real thing.
No, and I'm like,
This is a
I
real
actually
thing.
have to pull back. These aren't my friends, and like I'm destroying.
This is a real thing because then sometimes,
Because they're like, whoa, my friends are obsessed with you. I'm like, all right, I gotta pull back. I wanna like,
yeah, you're giving them too much and you're not even trying.
you
but
have
it's
too
just-
much riz.
Yeah.
like I'll just kill so hard with the friends, and then the friends are obsessed, and I'm like, all right, I can't. I gotta
Yeah.
slow my roll, and that. So
You
that,
don't want the friends falling in love with you.
No, I'm not worried about that. I just.
What's the problem with killing too hard with the friends?
You know, sometimes I just get onto myself. I'm like, God, you're so annoyingly good at this. Like I just
I killed pretty hard with the friends last night.
really.
Jen's friends were over.
Wow.
Because one of the friends is kind of like gay passing, but not gay. She's like tall, and we wear a lot. If she took that hat, you actually would probably wear a lot of the same stuff she wears.
Okay.
I'm like 10% more masculine than you. Would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say 20%.
What would you say?
I'd say
Because you're
like,
straight. We
and
didn't do intros.
More masculine.
I would say maybe 20.
Okay.
20.
That's fair. 20?
Yeah, I would think 20.
Okay. So what this girl's like you, and I was making lesbian jokes about her, and her
Yeah.
friends just like
Loved it.
They love that. They laugh.
Hilarious.
Oh, Caroline is such a lesbian.
Yeah.
You know, because they're all straight. And
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was just murdering.
Yeah.
Murdering.
I met my girlfriend's nephew this past weekend, who's like 5 months old.
Killed with the
And
nephew.
no, he had never laughed before.
Oh,
No, like
That's
literally never
crazy.
made a sound.
That's really upsetting.
So I was going ballistic trying to get this kid to laugh. He doesn't laugh, he squeaks.
Oh.
So like he'll just be like, ah! And I'm like, I feel like that was a laugh. Was that a laugh? Anyone hear that? And they're like, chill, dude. That wasn't a laugh.
we have such a disease.
But then I was like trying to like, I was like, what is it gonna be that's gonna break him?
Yeah.
Is it gonna be a sound?
Did you do any farting?
I did like,
Yeah.
Did you
like, stuff
cheat
on the
with
stomach?
like tickles?
I tried to do tickle the feet.
What about like
he smiles, but he won't laugh.
What? Even with tickling, he doesn't laugh.
He squeaks.
This kid is the devil.
No, he's so cute. But he's like, I think just
I don't
know at what time do kids start laughing. Like I'm not
Alex,
sure.
can we find out when children begin to laugh?
But
I feel like it's young.
I was like,
I feel like it's like 3 weeks in.
I feel like newborns.
No,
almost.
because I was like giving him all. I was doing my closers. I was opening up my closers.
Yeah.
I was giving him everything I had.
Yeah.
Like anything.
Peekaboo?
Like
were you giving him peekaboo?
We didn't do peekaboo, but we were
Yeah,
like,
try peekaboo.
I was shocked because I was tickling
Maybe
his
some
feet.
object permanence stuff.
According to Pampers.com, they start laughing around 4 months.
Okay, so like he's right about to laugh.
Okay. Yeah.
You know,
Really?
I don't know if you know this, but babies, I spent the weekend with a baby in Milwaukee. Obviously, it was
You're an expert now.
yeah. So
What do we know?
So now let me
Yeah,
explain.
yeah.
But I didn't know this that babies like it's good for them if they lay on their tummy.
Tummy time.
Tummy time. Have you heard about this thing?
Yeah.
Babies have to lay on their tummy, and they like hate it. Obviously, because like
Yeah,
you're hanging
yeah.
out with them, and then you like face plant them on the floor.
Why do they have to lie on their
Their
tummy?
neck.
Because it like helps with their
They need to exercise like they're like looking around and core stuff.
and their like stomach it like presses on digestion and stuff, and like they like so like in mid conversation like just like all right time to and then they just plant them on the floor and,
And their
baby
heads
hates
are-
it,
yeah.
but they're like it's good for them and it's
Yeah.
like it sucks because he was present in conversation, then we have to take him out and like stick his head in the floor.
Did you try roasting tummy time? Did you do any bits that were like, what's the deal with tummy
No,
time?
I did. I was like tummy time, like I was doing
Tummy
that.
time fucking sucks.
Yeah, but his mom didn't like that. Then I was like roasting
Yeah.
tummy time. I was like, tummy time sucks. And they were like, stop. And I was like, all right, yeah. So I had to pull back on
We're
that.
going to be horrible
I had
parents.
to pull back on that.
We're going to be such bad parents.
I do think it's fun to talk to babies like adults, though.
I agree.
I find that there's
Yeah.
a really beautiful kind of ripeness for humor in that. Of just being like, what do you think of all this shit, kid?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of fun. Anyway,
Well, thanks for being here, guys.
Yeah. Thanks for
Love
having
being
me.
here.
Yeah, and co-hosting Allie Colbert. Maddie is under the weather, everybody.
oh, hi. Yes, it's me.
Yeah, so you're going to keep me from getting canceled today, which is no longer
Oh, wow.
relevant or necessary.
Yeah.
Or even desired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. It doesn't matter anymore.
No, it really doesn't. I
Yeah.
think I figured that out.
What does your shirt say?
I got
It
it at a
means
thrift
good.
store.
What does it mean? What does what mean?
I don't know. It looked like butter sculptures, and that's why I bought it. But
What
it
is a
turned out
butter
it's the three. It's the three kings. It's the three wise men.
Oh.
That's amazing. So wait, it means good.
Yeah, I think
Is
the
what it
brand is
says.
called
Means
Bueno.
good. It
The brand
means
is
good.
Bueno.
Okay.
It means good.
Yeah.
And I thought it was butter.
Okay.
The vibe on this
Wow.
pod is so funny.
It
You know,
means
I'm
good.
just I'm just thinking of because you bought it so innocently.
Yeah.
But in my head, this could be like a full on.
Yeah, racial thing.
It could.
I was very worried that I had
Wait,
made
what?
a racial when I figured
How?
out because then I started seeing
they're
that
from
there's
the
kind of
back.
robes. They're kind of like it has like sort of a Middle Eastern kind of vibe to it.
Yeah, and I'm not
Wait,
saying it does.
what?
I don't think it does. I just think that like it would be very funny if you were wearing an ISIS shirt. Like it would just like
It'd be hilarious.
It would be really like
I'd wear it more.
it would actually be next level if like you're like accidentally wearing this ISIS shirt and you're doing a show as well.
I've
and then,
done
like,
shows in it. It'll be on the
Yeah.
internet soon.
There's
Yeah.
multiple cameras just
Yeah.
zooming in on the ISIS shirt. Yeah.
Well, I thought it was butter sculptures.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what a butter sculpture is. We keep saying that like that
You've never
makes sense.
seen butter sculptures?
I didn't know it was ISIS. I thought it was a butter sculpture.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I was in Wisconsin. Here, come on, butter sculpture.
You were in
Come on.
Wisconsin?
Yeah, and when I bought
Where
this,
in Wisconsin?
I was in Madison.
Madison's fun.
You've never
Madison's
seen
great.
Here's a great butter sculpture. Astronauts.
Might I see?
Yeah.
Astronauts, butter sculpture.
What? I've never. What? No.
Now, do you have to make them in a fridge?
I imagine you do.
Like,
Josh, this might surprise you, but I'm actually not the leading authority on butter.
okay, all right, fair enough.
You probably do.
It's just you
to.
You would think so, and I'm just saying like that takes it to another level of
Right.
weird
If
hobby.
you're gonna get into,
because
you need a
you need
walk-in
to get
fridge.
in a fridge,
Yeah.
to start,
And that's why you have to do that in Wisconsin.
yeah,
I've
No
never.
one in New York City has butter sculpture money.
or just enough
sculpture
room
money.
for a big enough fridge.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You
You know
can't
what
have a walk-in.
is actually a low key like a trope in film is that the creepy bad villain often whittles wood. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like they had whittle little wood things, like wooden little doll, little statues.
Yes.
You don't do that in a movie unless you're not the hero in the movie. If you do that.
No, definitely not.
You're up to something
I would say
bad.
that I've not seen a film with butter sculpture.
I haven't seen a film with
But
butter sculpture.
I will now write a film, and the villain will be doing that.
The butter sculpting.
Butter sculpting.
Yeah, and you'll know they're crazy because they're sitting in a fridge. And the fridge is not big enough. The fridge is just, they're whittling with their hand, but they're in like a fridge like you have at home.
I don't know how they do it. And I don't even know what it's for, if I'm going to be totally honest.
How strange. But if you're going to whittle things out of food, I would suggest
butter sculpture.
do chocolate. Do chocolate sculptures.
Do chocolate.
Right, butter doesn't really feel like a lot of people can enjoy it.
Let's do chocolate.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you could sell that and make sense.
Yes,
the people who do
want
fruit.
chocolate. You can break off a piece of it.
People want chocolate.
Yeah.
There's not enough rolls in any environment that would warrant a butter sculpture.
Very difficult thing to temper chocolate. So. Because it's very sensitive.
You guys, we are professional comedians.
The temperature.
Yeah.
Are the babies laughing right now at home? I was gonna. Okay,
all those babies that watching it on Tummy Time, tuning in to We're Having Gay Sex.
There is a baby that watches me.
That's so upsetting.
Isn't it upsetting?
Whose baby?
Big fan.
Who's
Longtime supporter of mine. Meg G, shout out. Her wife took photos of me at the Wilbur. I love Meg. I love Alex, and their kid. Whenever I come up on the Patreon, when they're watching the Patreon episodes, the kid runs into the room laughing. They just think I have a funny voice.
Oh, that's
Isn't that really sweet?
Wow.
That's so sweet.
I know. When I saw it, I wanted to cry.
Oh, that's sweet.
So I made that kid laugh. So
that's cute.
yeah. Listener, are you listening to our Patreon exclusive You're Having Gay Sex? Well, here's a sneak peek of what you missed last week.
I invited this person to my sleepover party. I'll call them Eve. I remember her looking at me through the darkness and offering if I wanted to kiss them. We kissed a little bit, and I was somehow convinced I was still a little straighty. The next morning, N got picked up after breakfast, but Eve begged their parents to let them stay another night, and they agreed.
It's like the OG U-Haul.
It is the OG U-Haul. Please, please,
let me stay.
I need to have this sleepover. There are 4 bonus episodes a month of this series, You're Having Gay Sex, on our Patreon at the $10 tier, and then 2 at the $5 tier. Patreon.com/WHGS. I was going to do a story today, but it's not a great story. I don't have a lot. I mean, we could keep doing butter sculpture.
Let's hear your story.
So I did have gay. I'll just say this as an update.
Yeah.
I'm very horny right now.
Okay.
Where do you guys fall on that?
Never not horny.
Never not horny.
Never not horny.
Always horny.
Oh,
About the same.
about the same level or about
Yeah.
the same thing?
About, well, either.
I'm always down to have sex
Yes.
with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
And if she wants to meet me there, something can happen. But if not, I'll just stay at that level.
Yeah.
It doesn't go away.
So I went on over the summer because of everything that happened. I went on Lexapro to manage my PTSD symptoms.
Right.
I stayed on it for a while. I tried to get off of it, but I was starting my egg freezing cycle when I went off of it.
Right.
Then my hormones went crazy. I had a lot of mood swings. So I was like, fuck no, this is not the time. Went back on it.
Yeah.
And then was fine. I'm off of it again now for a couple weeks. I'm feeling very happy, feeling good. Hasn't affected my mood. Has affected my horniness.
Wow.
My horniness
It's through the roof.
is through the roof. Multiple times a day. I'm trying to. We should bring Jen in here for a second.
Jen.
Hi, honey. Would you tell the people about how horny I am? Are you leaving? Have you noticed an uptick?
Yeah, you keep saying it.
Okay, all right.
Oh, she's saying it, but is she acting that way or she's just saying it?
Both. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like it's what?
Nothing.
We also believed you, by the way.
Yeah, you don't have to bring her.
I just feel like, yeah.
It's part of the bit. It's a bit now that I call you in for these kind of updates.
It's
Yeah.
good. Thank
You're
you.
like a
I would
field
be literally
correspondent.
murdered if I did this.
Really?
I don't think I could. My relationship. I don't want to put my relationship in it like that. This scares me. It feels private in a way.
This is the whole podcast, Allie. I've dedicated my life to this.
I know, and it always scares me.
Yeah.
And also, do you know, Sashu, when I was in LA doing a show, Ashley brought Jen on stage holding up during her crowd work bit. She has Jen on stage.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Holding up a sign with like Ashley's like
QR code.
I mean, it was, I don't know how this.
Yeah, absurd.
They have done, it's insane to me.
No, we are on the rocks for sure. I'm going to watch the downfall slowly.
We love bits.
Wow.
We love doing bits.
No, I mean, it's
I don't
great.
mind the bit.
She doesn't mind it.
I'm in her TikToks and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. It works for you guys. I'm just saying. It's special.
You would let me know if I was
Of
doing
course.
too much bit.
Is
right?
Ashley crossing a line right now?
I feel like what's happening is you're just witnessing like a couple who maybe works out together and you haven't seen a couple work out together before. So you're like, I can't believe you're doing push-ups
But
while
to
you're
be-
doing pull-ups.
I think that is a really good analogy, and I hated those couples.
Okay.
But
What couple that go to the gym?
The gym together couples.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
it does. It's not. I guess you guys are good and you guys are together. So
Yeah, we're good.
yeah.
But I love bits, and
So far.
all we do is bits. We just do bits all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially since we went to Japan. I feel like we've been super bit heavy.
You know what they say.
When in Japan.
When did you go to Japan?
Last summer.
Oh, and then that kind of started you guys doing bits?
Because, we always did bits, but we were, no one spoke English. So we were really isolated in our...
So it was just the two of you.
we were like
in so
cabin
many
fever.
ways.
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of
So
fun.
we just our bits got more bitty, and now we're really doing bits.
So if
Wow.
you get hornier, do you feel like she rises to the occasion? Now that dumb slut's out of here.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, well, her sex drive isn't as high as mine, so it feels about the. No, we've met in the middle for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've met in the middle, but I'm also masturbating more. I'm full horn.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because my eggs, I'm a dirty 30s thing.
Yep.
I've-
Hey, your sex drive's supposed to peak in your 30s.
I mean,
Actually, I think it's supposed to just keep getting better until you die.
is it
I don't know.
For women, I think it does.
really?
Until menopause, I suppose.
Really?
I feel like
Yeah,
menopause,
yeah.
your
Because-
sex drive goes down.
But then there are some people who say like after the shift in menopause, it goes up again.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, people in nursing homes are not smashing for no reason.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
mean-
How about that?
And so I think that for men it does go down, but men it goes down because it peaks so early, and then you
Right.
you start having trouble around your like mid
There's also
30s or
health.
40s.
Like
Yeah.
you guys, for you
They
guys to
should
fuck.
have men going up instead of the way they start you guys. So no wonder you're getting in fights and physically
Yeah,
assaulting
yeah.
people. And
Yes. It's too
Yeah.
much.
It's too much.
It's too much, but I do get how it works, because then it's like you're at your most when you would want to like make the kid because you have all the good stuff is when you're younger
You
as a
should be,
man.
yeah.
So then it's like I get why this is early.
Yeah.
It sucks.
But it's interesting
It's really bad.
it's interesting for women because my eggs are at their worst quality, but they're about to be not at all. So my body is like, come on, go.
Gotcha.
You gotta
Right.
do this.
Yeah.
Like you need
right.
to use these eggs. Come on.
Yeah, fascinating.
Yeah, very fascinating.
Wow.
But I've been so horny, and because I also have these joint issues.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess this is what I'm talking about. This is a graphic. I wanted to do this story that wasn't so graphic because I didn't think either of you would want like a super graphic story.
I don't care.
We don't care.
Okay, so I have to be like stiff when I come.
I think I actually know that about you
I have got to stop.
from this show.
I have to stop this
That's
podcast.
so funny though.
Can someone
That's
just
so
give me a
funny.
TV show? I don't want to do this
I have
anymore.
to be stiff when I come is the most mass thing you've ever said.
Right?
That's amazing.
Because I'm writing this joke right now.
Yeah.
Flexibility is only hot for feminine people.
That's very true.
Yeah.
That's spot on.
Yeah. Like if you see a guy doing a split, like dancing at a wedding, there is a moment of horror before,
Yeah.
no one's
True.
excited
I don't even
for him.
like seeing guys like take their legs out and like crop. People make fun of guys who cross their legs like this.
Yeah.
It's just like, don't bend. Jeez. You know?
I think you just want men to be dead.
don't
Don't bend
move
is
on
like
muscle.
that is big alive.
Just stay over there. Just stay over there. Get in that
like
freezer.
to see the rise and fall of their chests.
Yeah. You know when I think men look their eyes is when they're in the coffin. They're just like amazing.
That's
So true.
They're so quiet.
Between my joint issues and the horniness,
Yeah.
I'm coming more right now. My left knee is sore from stiffening up.
Wow.
Yeah.
You have a whole thing going on.
I have a lot happening.
The
Yeah.
left knee specifically.
I have an injury
on
this side, so it's irritating the injury.
Got you.
But yeah, I am horny to a level where it is affecting my my day to day. Yeah, I'm disabled.
I felt that before during periods of like feeling really intensely turned, like just like this is a handicap to be this turned on. It's like I can't get through my day. I should be able to like park close to the entrance.
Wow. Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, this is really changing things.
Yeah.
But it does affect your focus too.
That's what I'm saying.
When
It
you're
is
so
a mental
horny.
handicap.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't focus. I can't work. I want more days off. Yeah. 100%.
Where's the government?
I don't
Where's
know.
my check?
Yeah.
Don't they know how horny I am?
I know. It's crazy.
You
It really
you
is.
need maternity and you need horny as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
A couple days off for horniness. So I don't know. How many minutes in are we, Alex? 33. Perfect.
Wow.
That's really what
You
did we
said
talk
that-
about?
You said that like you want this to be over so bad.
Well, because
Yeah.
like
how many minutes? What's
you know what it is,
how far is
Josh?
this?
yeah.
I'm pre-recording because I'm going to Europe.
Gotcha.
So we've recorded 2 to 3 times a week for the past like 4 weeks.
Oh, wow.
I am running out of sex.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
am
That's
really
fair.
low,
Yeah.
But you're having so much of it.
but I am having a lot of it. Yeah.
So we
But a
should be
lot of it's
cranking out
just-
stories.
Okay.
Did you have sex today?
I didn't have sex yet today.
Did you have sex yesterday?
Yes, I masturbated yesterday, and then the day before that I had sex.
So,
and
sorry,
the day before that I had sex.
Masturbation counts as sex on this podcast?
Everything counts as sex on this podcast. There's been 250 fucking episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever people have to bring.
Yeah.
That's-
Sometimes I scratch my ass, it counts as sex. I call that lesbian sex. Anything I want can be lesbian sex at this point on this show. Someone clicks my video, that's lesbian sex. All right. Okay. I wouldn't count masturbation as sex.
Well, you're
I find masturbation to be deeply depressing sometimes.
why?
Just sometimes it's just so not as satisfying as having sex.
Also,
course.
it's the only option. Like,
Yeah, of course.
I think
That sucks.
Yeah. Like calling
That is the level
masturbation.
of horniness I am at. Because
Say it, Josh. Say it, Josh. Let Josh finish,
I'm
Ashley.
just saying, calling masturbation sex is it's incel erasure.
That's funny.
All right, you gotta be more open minded.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
Yeah, be aware of those that
There are
aren't
people
having
struggling,
sex.
and it's not fair for me to say that they're having sex because they're not, and they're going through a lot right now.
I can
Yeah.
see how
Their
incels
knees
become
hurt
violent.
a lot. What?
I can see how incels become violent.
It is,
Of course.
It
yeah.
like makes so much sense to me. I'm
It
like,
makes a ton of sense.
Can I pitch you this? I
Yeah.
would actually say, and I've talked about this with friends before, that like technically incels are the most rational because they're like, no one wants to fuck me and I'll never fuck. And the world is like, yeah. It's actually other men who keep trying every night to find someone who are the most irrational people you're ever going to come across.
In a weird way.
In a weird way, incels are right
They're
about...
almost like the Buddha because
Yeah.
they're like, I really, what am I wanting for?
Yeah, because they're like, guys, it's not going to happen for me.
Yeah.
And they're young too. They're like
Yeah.
they're like 20 and they're like, guys, it's just never going to happen. And then the world is like, that's astute. And then every other person their age is like trying to get laid and maybe not getting laid for like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Like really trying, going
At what
out
point
there.
do you just have to look yourself in the mirror and say, this is never going to happen?
I still think it's a mentality thing. I think that it's so much when you look by the numbers and when you look at people, there's a lot of hope out there because like a ton of ugly people are getting laid. A
It's
ton
true.
of like
They are.
a ton of just like the worst people are getting laid.
Yep.
So there's somewhere in that entire like Overton window of who should be getting laid versus who is getting laid.
Yeah.
Is
Did we just-
whichever person.
Did we just turn into like an alpha male podcast?
Yeah.
What is
Yeah.
happening?
No. We're all red pill now.
Yeah. Do you really think though that like in this instance, a man would try to get laid for 2 to 3 years unsuccessfully? Because I have a hard time imagining.
No, they exist.
That it takes that
because
long.
It's not.
What?
It's not just.
It's
not just a physical problem. Plenty of these men are attractive enough, and there are people who are equal to them and are also looking for sex. They just also on the social level cannot facilitate like the conversation. They don't have like the.
Why is that happening? Why are men in their 20s so poorly socialized that
we're turning into a Jordan Peterson podcast.
That's so funny.
We are now. Let's just talk about it.
It took one joke. I'm so sorry.
Wait, am I wrong?
No.
Am I sounding like an idiot?
No, you're not an idiot. There are full podcasts developed to this question.
Yeah.
There are men out there having this exact conversation, trying to get these guys to fuck because they know that if they don't fuck, they are going to shoot up a school.
Yeah.
Like in a weird
Jordan
way.
Peterson, by the way, this is Michaela Peterson's father.
Who's Michaela Peterson?
That's so funny. That's great.
That was a joke, but she's always on my TikTok, my Instagram.
That's hilarious.
She's the girl. Jordan Peterson has a daughter, Michaela Peterson.
Who's Michaela Peterson?
She's like a girl that eats like raw meat every day and like has 2 kids and like talks about how like that's the best diet and like has her dad every episode of her podcast. She's like, I have a special guest, Daddy, and then her dad comes in.
Yeah, it's honestly like maybe the first Nepo podcast I've listened to. and I've listened to 12 minutes of it.
On the podcast.
Jordan Peterson has a way of some of his points I actually think are like really smart.
No,
and then you keep listening and he does sound really off.
Well, that's the weird thing about life. You're right, and then you can be so right that you then go into you're circling back to it's horseshoe.
Yeah.
This is what happens when in an age of podcasting. Like if it was just still books, people would think he was the most brilliant man that ever lived.
Because
but because he has
editor.
to keep talking all the time, eventually you're like, what is he saying? Like, did he lose it on stage?
This is the point we made on my podcast. About
this is gonna
Jada
look like
Pinkett Smith.
Yes, exactly.
that she just needs to be quiet.
Yeah.
Because she keeps going, and then she starts saying things like, "Well, that's what a marriage is. It's making compromise." Then you go, "Okay." Then she goes, "That's why I'll let Will marry whoever he wants." We go, "What?" "That's why Will should marry our kid." Well, what are you saying? She keeps going.
Yeah.
And
There's
people
too
just
much
let her.
content.
It's too much
The
content.
demand for content is pushing people into the extremes. I think that's actually probably true. But you're right. If it were a book, there would be an editor. There'd be several editors. There'd be many people going, you can't put this out there.
Yeah.
And we're way past that part of society.
And it would be passed around by both like editorials, reviews, and word of mouth, as opposed to when you make something, you also have to be the person telling everyone you made it.
Right.
So then it's too. It's like insisting upon itself too much.
And that's why nothing nefarious happens on shows like on Nickelodeon where there's so much oversight. Because you just have to have a lot of eyes on it.
Yeah.
I think the other thing is the demand for content. People just want to sit at work and listen to a podcast for 8 hours.
Yeah.
No one needs to speak that much.
I know.
Because, you know.
I know. Anyway, it really astounds me though, the inability to get laid. And I've like glom onto like a lot of like, you'll always hear a story of someone in your social group or the one comedian or whatever, who like is this age and still can't get laid and is still a virgin. Like I think people are like that. There's something that everyone like is like, how is that the case? What is happening? Where's the malfunction taking place? And you're right. It's like this like kind of like insidious, like there's like, I don't know. There's like this epidemic with men where they like can't. I don't know if it's a male thing. I don't know what it is.
I think it's multiple shifts of culture. Well, first of all, I was going to do a bit that I keep having to make so much content that now my body is breaking down. From all my masturbation and my horniness. That's the level. Jordan Peterson is talking bullshit. I'm just wearing my body into a pulp. I'm juicing myself. I'm going to turn into a fine powder of human. After all the cum is out of me, it's just going to be Ashley pulp left over.
That is
doing this
disgusting.
podcast.
Yeah.
Wow.
This cumless pulp.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Ashley, go on. She's like, this is my 17th podcast today. I just referred to myself as powdered pulp. Okay. Yes. Where are you going with this?
The point is, right now, there is a shift in women. There's like women, there's still women out there that want a guy that's going to mistreat them, like an old school guy.
Okay.
But now there's a group of women that want like a kind feminist man.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of men, I think, caught sort of in between these generations.
Yeah.
Where they were taught to behave a certain way. And now women are like, no, like, I'm not taking that. I don't want to date you.
Sorry, I'm trying to follow.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. So
you translate.
Basically, the whole thing of why can't all these men get laid, she was saying that, yeah, there's a shift because there's a shift in culture, but then that the same shift hasn't happened in people because these people were raised by the people who got laid in old ways.
I mean, you still, you still hear women often commenting that he's too nice.
Right. There's this weird thing. There's a weird middle ground that's happening where people kind of want both at the same time and they really can't exist.
Well, I think energetically, women are naturally attracted to I'm speaking very broad brushstrokes.
Broad cis straight terms.
Attracted to.
This is going to sound like it's my fault. Like
you
invite me on the podcast where we're talking about Jordan Peterson and fucking how to get guys laid.
I love it. I fucking love it.
Okay.
I love every pod to have a different energy.
Okay.
Every episode.
I think women, if you're attracted to masculinity.
Yes.
I don't think we as a culture are used to seeing masculinity also embody kindness. It's like not the association we're making. So I think when a woman is saying that he's too nice or he's too kind, it's not actually the kindness or the niceties that are putting a woman off. I think it's that there's also a femininity that man, for whatever reason, is not masculine and kind or not masculine in a way that they're attracted to.
I agree. And I think it's screwing men up. I think men are like, well, wait, am I supposed to be this or am I supposed to be this?
No,
and they don't realize that they can be, healthy masculinity.
Can you,
which you do, by the way, which is probably why you're here.
I try. I mean, I will say this is the one of the biggest things I think with a lot of straight people trying to find their person and trying to even just get laid is that there's almost one of the reasons there's so many podcasts, there's almost no good advice because everyone that's telling you how to be everything you're supposed to be for them is not you and doesn't have to do it.
Right.
So it's like if I were trying to give you tips on how to be gay and I could even be right, but it's like, how am I going to phrase it correctly?
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
It's not even the lesson, it's the phrasing.
So it's like there are...
And the communication and what masculinity means to you and what does kindness mean to you. Yeah, it's
and there's always the caveats as well of you can do all this stuff, but if you're ugly, and that's a very fair human thing that someone could be trying to go ahead and get their friend some sort of help.
Yeah.
And this is across the board. This is not just a straight thing.
Yeah.
You can tell someone what to do. You can be right because you're making them the quintessential person that a person would want to be with. Mm-hmm. But if they don't have a certain profile or if they don't have, then it is going to be hard.
It is like when you watch Love Island and there's a perfectly chiseled, attractive guy with just no riz. No, you know what I'm talking about? Just
100%. But I have to say, if I could push back on it a little, women don't care so much about a man being perfectly good looking. Charisma.
Yeah.
Charisma, energy, swag, confidence can close a huge gap.
Massive gap.
I mean, massive. I mean, you could be pretty fucking ugly. I've seen really
go on. How ugly?
For women.
No,
women can date ugly guys.
I'm with you.
Men do not date ugly women.
No, they do not.
That's just how it goes. Mm-hmm. But if you're an ugly man, what I would recommend is make some money and dress well. Mm-hmm. Money will make up for a lot of the personality.
You have to do the glow up and you have to have good hygiene and you need to get the right haircut and you need to you have to do the things.
Yeah, but if you have money, you don't need to do any of it.
I'm with you, but sort of therein lies the problem of
I'm serious for a lot of people.
The money, even as an example, is tell any American who makes $30,000 a year to go make $600,000 a year. Mm-hmm. You've given them a nearly impossible task.
Yeah. It's not helpful.
So it's like
I'm not giving an assignment. No, I'm just saying this is just the truth, and if don't be upset with me, it's just the truth.
Yeah.
No.
You know,
and none of this applies to any of our listeners who.
So yeah, I don't know why we're giving advice to straight women that want to marry for money. We're having gay
Honestly,
sex.
if you are straight and want to marry for money, I don't know, maybe slide into my DMs.
Lesbians are what?
Live.
I'm messing around.
Lesbians are traffic off of charisma. I mean, we are a people that we will choose a life partner based on swag.
Yeah.
It's
100%.
amazing. I mean, I'm in the right kind of business for my personality.
Sure,
Me too.
sure.
I don't have to go on how I'm doing makeup or it's just if you got the right attitude, you could find someone.
It is that is the most wonderful thing about being a lesbian or being in the queer women world.
Yeah.
I mean, it is 100%.
But that's just saying it's based on your personality, your disposition, your intellect.
I almost
that's
never
amazing.
speak this way, but since we're doing it, I have seen the ugliest motherfuckers in the lesbian community just absolutely win life with who they're dating.
That's very funny.
And you know how funny they are. You know this is the funniest person you've ever met in your entire life. Or they're a great chef or whatever the fuck they do.
Wow.
I guess. Yeah, you're
I
right.
think in the lesbian community, personality
But do you
wins.
think that's that's the same thing as Ali was talking about before, where because the women seeking these women are seeking a more masculine woman that they allow?
Yeah, it's the same
level of
social. It's
looks?
pretty much the same social dynamics, I think.
Oh, you think? I think just women are less. I do believe in that cliche that women fall in love with what they hear and men fall in love with what they see. Yeah. I just think women are more less attached to a physical attraction. Doesn't have specifically or exclusive with the how you look
I agree.
physically, which I think is smart.
Yeah, it is smart.
Because looks fade.
They do.
Yeah.
I'm wondering when I'm gonna have to stop wearing my hat. I think I'm getting up to that age.
What's wrong with the hat?
What do you
You guys think it's okay?
I mean,
it's
never been okay, but
That's fair.
But
I think that's accurate.
No, I mean,
maybe that
why
means
not just wear it forever?
because it's never been correct. Maybe I can do it forever.
yeah, it's never been a matter of correct.
I think it's also always because it's always going to look the same. It fits a look that you've already established.
That's
so
what
I don't know
that's
what
I
will
feel.
ever.
It's timeless, in the sense that it never had a time.
It's timeless in that it should have been put away a long time ago.
Yeah, it's eternal.
Ages. It's eternally bad.
It will always be bad. Just don't worry.
Now, listener, I know a few of you are guys, and some of you, maybe you just feel like a guy today. Well, this one's for you. You're pretty much stuck with what you've got appearance-wise. Male makeup? What, to go along with my powdered wig? A pec push-up bra? What would the bros say? Meggings that accentuate your caboots? Dude, there's kids out there. Finally, MeUndies is unveiling their latest gifts to help you feel big. The contoured pouch and ball caddy. The micromodal sling keeps things separated and lifted. And as far as your partners go, well, 9 out of 10 of them swear that this sophisticated brief technology will make you look huge. And that's all that matters, right? Now, the thing is, I don't need the contoured pouch and ball caddy, but if I did, I would trust MeUndies because they have made the most comfortable underwear that I've ever worn. They've got something for everyone. From all black classics to fun, expressive prints, they've got something for you. And it sizes extra small to 4XL, guaranteeing a flattering cut for everybody. It's got unmatched comfort. The signature fabric is as soft and warm as a hug from your favorite sweater. It's breathable. I love that. It's stretchy and oh so comfy, making it ideal for all-day wear. And my favorite part, it's responsibly sourced. They use sustainably sourced materials and work with partners that care for their workers. Good things come in big packages at MeUndies. Get 20% off your first order plus free shipping at MeUndies.com/WHGS. That's MeUndies.com/WHGS for 20% off plus free shipping. MeUndies. Comfort from the outside in. We have to ask Josh if he had gay sex this week.
Oh my God, okay.
Did you have gay sex this week, Josh?
I did not have gay sex this week, but I did have a conversation that might be interesting.
Yeah, I would love to hear that.
So basically, I was having a very frustrated conversation with my friend about how it is crazy to me that straight men made everything that we like can't do, right? That was a rule we made.
Yeah.
So everything that women do or queer people do that we're like, it sucks that they get to do that. It's like, that was us though.
Because you guys were like, that's good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So there was never a queer person.
It's such a strange thing to see the
Isn't
male
it?
frustration that they can't do certain things. They get upset, oh, what a double standard. And it's like, you're applying the standard to yourself.
Right,
yeah,
you're so
but it's
right.
like, you did this. So then, and this is what's so aggravating about it, is that we were already ruling the world. So it wasn't like anyone came and took anything.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, it'd be very different if a gay guy walked up and was like, this pattern is mine now. That would be different. That'd be a power move. That's not what happened. Like,
No,
just
you guys
a
are
bunch
like,
of
we don't
straight
want
guys were like,
Paisley.
yeah, what could we use to make people other? And then we did that. And then now, like 2 generations later, when I say we as me or
Yeah.
men like me just
Yeah.
want to do everything.
What do you
and
wanna
it's
do
like,
that you can't
well,
do?
Yeah,
I'm
what
not
are you
saying
feeling?
I can't do anything. I'm
You can do
saying
anything,
the people
Josh.
who
You're in a safe
complain to
space.
me, the people who complain to me, I'm like, yeah, but you realize you're the only one calling that thing gay.
What is it that they're calling?
I guess things like
Like-
crying or getting emotional or
Yeah, like getting
certain hobbies.
getting emotional, or like they're like a pedicure is a good example, or like just things that people enjoy and they enjoy like on without thought.
Yeah.
And then there are men that want to enjoy that thing, but they feel like they can't do it.
Yeah.
And it's the same. And a lot of people, the prisons work the same way. So
Right.
a lot of times when men say there's a thing that they can't do, and other people are like, well, you can just do it, whatever. Like what? And I feel that way about myself. I just do what I want to do. It's not lost on me that there are women that say I can't do this thing, and I'm
Right.
like, but you just could. And they're like, no, you don't understand.
I
It's-
have that
it's the
problem when
same
I talk
prison.
to my straight like girlfriends.
Yeah,
Or
about
my, like certain things with or mostly like, for example, we had this argument about on the pod once about whether or not you could keep a vibrator. Let's just say for all intents and purposes in the box, take hygiene out of it, clean vibrator. You're a man, you're hooking up with a woman, both of you cis, and she can't come. And she's like, oh, it's just really hard for me. I said, why don't you keep a vibrator? Offer the vibrator in your home. And he was like, she's going to think I'm a fucking murderer.
Well, that's weird.
You think that's weird?
Because it's like a man owning a communal vibrator.
Well, can we just say it's not a communal vibrator? Can
So
we
he
just say,
buys one for his girlfriend?
Sure.
Okay, then that's
That-
total. Men
it's just the-
do that.
I think if we take the communal aspect out of it, do you think you can do that? Do you think, what if I offered it? Because it's my vibrator.
Isn't that common?
Right.
Well, I think for what you're talking about, for a relationship, it makes sense, and for a hookup, it makes it weird.
Right,
Because
but I would
For a
like
relationship, it's
I
fine.
don't think that it should be weird for a hookup.
Here's the thing. I'm with you.
No, because you're not
But
really.
but you have to live in the world as it is. So I'm
Right.
fully with you.
Well, I'm just making the argument.
The difference between that and a hookup is that a hookup, it's almost not even, a hookup might not even be intimate enough to like care about getting off and using a vibrator. It gets into certain details that like a relationship has the intimacy
but
that
the
allows for
guy
that.
is always coming. So the intimacy is from the
But
do you see what
women
I'm saying?
don't
Yeah,
come
and-
like men
and-
come.
I know,
Sure,
but
but-
they
but
could if
the-
there were a vibrator.
the complaint
if
is-
everyone had the vibrator.
Yeah, like the complaint is also that he couldn't make me come. So then if there's at least like,
Right.
here's a last
And then
ditch
women are
effort
going home being
to
like,
try.
oh, men never make me come. I'm just saying.
Honestly, I don't think people should have casual sex anymore. I think you should be. I don't think so. I don't think it's
Wow.
healthy.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
think
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I only believe in monogamy. You should be partnered. You should have sex with one person. That's it.
Yeah.
Everything else is unhealthy. It's very dysfunctional.
Wow. Amazing. That's some
No,
real
that's a fair-
Michaela
no,
Peterson.
that's a fair point.
Yeah.
You're on the
that's
right-
what I'm thinking.
and
so
you're on
that's,
the- you're on
that's
the
why
right
Ashley's like, I'm
podcast.
so frustrated. I can't come when I fuck a random at midnight. No, go home to one person.
I didn't say this about me.
You'll come with them.
I'm talking about a
That's
straight
it.
woman dating a straight man.
exactly how it should be.
I am coming all the time.
No, I do just think that, yeah, there are these these like prisons that are in the mind that are hard to break free from because you could just do anything.
Because we just did it. We had a mind prison and we couldn't even
Of course you can't come. You're not in love with them.
I'm not talking about myself.
That's amazing.
I'm coming just fine. My knee hurts.
Yeah,
That's how fine I'm coming.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm having
really
arthritis
another
from the
part.
amount that I come.
Wow. That's so, you're privileged.
Yeah, some people don't get to. Do you want to know one of the saddest things is that there are people that are. You may have to cut this. This is really mean, but there are some people that are so ugly that they will.
I love this episode.
There are some people that are so ugly that they'll never really know if they have a sex addiction.
I don't get it because they're so. What do you mean?
They can't get their first hit.
It's like a poor person that would be addicted to. Yeah, it's like
they can't get the stuff.
Yeah, it's like a poor person that would be addicted to coke if they
could afford it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess I just think that the reason I didn't get it immediately is because ugly people seem to be fucking all the time.
They do.
But they're people who
They
we
just
think
fuck
are ugly.
people, dude.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ugly
I'm fully with
couples.
you. I think that
This is a sliding scale. Josh is talking about people that we don't see.
Yeah. I'm talking about there are people I'm telling you there
So
are people
ugly,
who
they're
are
cloaked by darkness.
They're in the
basically
depths,
invisible. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
and also I'm talking about like 3 people. Most people don't fit this description at all.
Right, because the bell curve.
Yeah.
50% of the population is in the range from 4 to 7.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, it takes a special individual to be like a real 2. That doesn't happen. Like I would go ahead and tell you that 1s and 2s are as rare as 9s and 10s.
They are. No, that's the bell curve.
I'm trying to think about a 2. I mean, who is a 2?
Nobody's a 2
because they're hiding, which is sad.
Yeah, a 2 is really a scary level low.
Yeah.
Yeah, a 2 is.
I'm telling you, 2 doesn't happen.
I also think that we have much more
You're right.
access to
You're right.
affordable cosmetic surgery now. So 2s might be forced now.
Right.
People are going to come for me in the comments on this episode.
No, they never do.
But I don't think that we're saying anything controversial. I think 2 is
2 exists.
deeply rare.
You can't
2s are rare. Yeah.
because when you get into this, like, oh, it's mean. But it's happening.
Do you want to know what I found the most fascinating? There was a study that they did on attraction, and they found that this is in a group that like we're removing any sort of like cultural bias or influence, and we're removing the sort of like status. So take status out for a second and just go off of both like looks and charisma. That they found that everyone they put 20 people in a room.
They
Those
matched
20
equal.
people. They match close. So then 20 people in the room rated people from 1 to 10.
Yes.
So in that scenario, someone had to be someone's 1 and someone's 2.
Yeah.
Then they paired the people up, and the people of their own free will paired with people who
you naturally gravitate towards people that
within like 1 point.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's the hope. Like there were people who were by and large against everyone's measurements of 3. And those 3s picked 2s and 4s.
But is that just because they know that there are 3?
No. This is apparently genuine attraction because they didn't have a problem with everyone
mutual.
going for the same person. Yeah. They did not have an issue with everyone went for the 9 and the 10 across the group. There were people who were saying this person
beautiful.
is the 10.
It's kind of beautiful
but
in a way.
This person is the person that I want to be with. So
That's fascinating.
isn't it? It's absolutely crazy because
Because I
basically
thought men just always go for the 10, and that was kind of their superpower and their curse. That men just think they have a shot with anyone.
no, that's a part of it. That's definitely a real thing. But if you find like I'll
it would
say
be
it
so
this way.
if I am anywhere near how beautiful Jen is, I'm killing it. I'm just gonna say that. I hope that that's true.
No,
I
I'm
feel
telling
the same
you,
way
this
about
is
hearing
like,
that. I'm like, okay, then that's great news for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how is that possible? Yeah.
because functionally, I'll tell you how
It's not.
I promise you, I will tell you how.
I know. I feel the same way about me. Oh my God. Speaking of numbers.
wait, I
oh,
want-
sorry.
No, I'll tell you how at least it's believed to be possible. Because when you even talk to, and this is maybe more of like a a cis woman thing. The same way that there are cis women who don't want to date a man that's too pretty. Like, have you heard this thing?
Yes.
Where it's like, if he's just perfect, if he's like rippling chest and like abs and like perfect hair, perfect skin, everything, they don't even, but they acknowledge that he's like a 10, but they're like, oh, this comes with too many problems. I just won't deal with it. And we're not talking about fame problems or like money problems, whatever. This is just off of looking at him, right? And
looking at you is just gonna fuck up my day.
yeah.
No, literally.
Just every day, this person is just naturally perfect. I'm not going to go for that person. But then the person that they do pick, which could still be a very good looking person, they and at the same time hold the two truths that this is the better looking person, but this is the person that I want to be with. And that is across like all of attraction, like a functional way. Because if you think about it, one of the reasons some of those young men don't get laid and have so much problems and everything like that is because they probably go for the person that's like quote unquote out of their league. But also, I think that if all of us did that, we would all be screwed because you can't help your attraction.
Biologically,
yeah.
Wow.
And so
This is
we're
really
attracted to symmetry.
It's almost like to distribute.
Yeah.
To make sure the distribution is always happening.
Exactly. It's like as mammals to survive, we can't all want 10% of the population.
Yeah.
We would never get anywhere. And so we think we want 10%
So
of the
lucky
population.
I'm a part of the population that wants a 10. What a relief. I was just born this way. I'm just attracted to 10s.
Yeah. Just kill
I'm a
the
minority.
game. Yeah.
Attracted to a true 10.
Yeah.
We can't all do it.
Wow,
Someone
that's
has to
really
do it, Allie.
interesting. I want to read that study.
Yeah, will
I
you-
gotta
can we send
find
it around?
Yeah, I'm gonna find it for you because it's like I saw this like it was in 2008, but it like blew my mind where I was like, oh, that's actually what I think saved me from a lot of the like red pill shit when it started popping off because I was like,
You feared
Susceptible?
to being. Yeah, I was about to say you feared being sucked into the pill.
I think that everyone is susceptible to anything that makes them feel better about why their life isn't going the way they want.
Whoa.
So I think that
We're
like
snapping.
oh,
Did
is
we
that a
get rid
snap?
of that? That was.
I really wish I could easily read
Like,
this. and I would be
dude,
doing
I
it.
just think that while not having the outward
That's what religion
impact,
is at the end of the day.
Sure, it's like while not
Anything
having
that
the,
can justify your your negative mental state or give you hope
or your general worldview. And
Yeah.
so I think that like while they don't have the same toxic output and in the real world as some of the red pill podcasts, there are plenty of podcasts that are focused towards women. They're like, don't change for any man, fuck him, you're a queen, blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah.
yeah.
And it's essentially Andrew Tate advice, but for women.
I always,
Yeah.
Jen and I have been talking about this. If your girlfriends are hyping you up, something is wrong and you need to reflect. If all of your female friends are like, girl, you don't deserve, you deserve better, and like that, it is time. Now you reflect. Why are your female friends hyping you up so much?
Can I pitch you this then?
Yeah.
Okay. So I had this conversation with a friend that it still cracks me up. So a lot of guys, because of how our friendships work, I think that's some of, I'm not saying the culture is better, but that's some of why men have the reactions they have to their friends having breakups versus women having the reactions they have to their friends breaking up, is because women are all-encompassing type friends to each other.
Yeah.
And because you know this person as like this always there for you, incredibly supportive, incredibly deep person, you can't imagine her being a terror in her relationship.
Yes.
Whereas as a guy,
We are different people in our different roles.
yeah. And as a guy, I've never had a buddy go through a breakup where I'm like, what? That's never happened. I see every one of these dudes' faults, and I'm like, all right,
Right.
maybe he's doing that. I don't know. That's annoying. Maybe she doesn't
Yeah.
want to stick around for that.
Yeah.
Whereas I think that because of the way women are friends and the intimacy that goes
Yes.
into it, you can't imagine this person that is this as perfect of a person as you can ask for being the problem.
Yeah.
If they are the problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
It's almost like men are really themselves in their friendships and women put on an act.
Well, men, I think there are less. I don't even think it's just that. I just think it's like an intimacy thing. It's like with women, you're like really there for each other when you're crying.
Yeah.
And men, I don't think are even
No,
willing
no.
to show that to some of their male friends.
No, they don't even blow themselves to the side.
Right. They don't they don't have the opportunity to even be that type of friend to each other.
Yeah. Or if you do have that friend, the way they show up for you is very different. So it's not it probably wouldn't rise to the level, because like one of the best things, and this is like a thing that's been going viral for a little while, of like, if your buddy is crying, one of the best things that you can do for him in that moment is just like sit there and be with him. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to do anything.
Men are just learning this.
Because the attempt, because we recognize within our own like just sort of like cis male whatever community that the attempt to try to help while he's crying is gonna make it worse. So we're like, just sit and say nothing until he's done crying, then you can talk. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And that's like this year I've been seeing that. I've been alive for a little while, and this is the year where I'm like, wow.
Cries.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I could see that being helpful.
Yeah.
Where are we time wise? An hour, 10 minutes. Oh, we gotta wrap up. Yeah. I don't know if we have time for your gay sex, Allie. Did you? But I didn't actually expect you to do a gay sex.
I don't ever do it on the show.
No, and that is your right.
I always just say if I'm in a relationship that I don't know what I say.
Well, the conceit of the thing is that it doesn't have to be gay sex. It can be a trip to the grocery store.
Oh, I never understood that. Okay.
Right. Next time. But you made a lot of really good points today.
Thank you so much.
And I think if the baby had been here, that baby would have been cracking up.
I'd like to think so too.
Yeah.
4 months, that baby better start laughing.
Yeah.
And I hope everyone knows how much I am happy for you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for me too.
I'm like thrilled.
Thank you.
I know, like,
because I was saying at the start, I was saying, I feel self-conscious that I'm posting too much, but I'm happy.
No. You post exactly,
happy. Yeah.
Exactly
I'm
what
happy.
you want to post.
I just want to put, because sometimes though, when you see people in a relationship, you're like, stop, it's enough.
If I had hot pics like that with Jen, I'd post them, but we don't really take pictures like that very often.
I see your pictures with Jen. You take hot pictures.
I put stories up.
Yeah, I put stories up. I only put one grid post.
Okay.
But I'm going to do another soon.
Yeah.
And I am excited for that day.
Comment.
And I'm going to roast the shit out of you, and everyone will get mad at me.
I can't wait. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, Josh, why don't you tell the people where they can find you and what you're working on? Because you have a lot of stuff that they can consume.
Oh, yeah. So I put stand-up on YouTube every week. I try to do 10 to 15 new minutes every week. That's at Josh Johnson Comedy on YouTube. And then joshjohnsоncomedy.com is where I put all my tour dates. So I'm going to be traveling a lot this year, more than ever. I'm going to be all over the country. And TikTok and Instagram are also Josh Johnson Comedy, where I post clips and stuff. I'm just writing as much as I can. And I just became a correspondent on Daily Show.
Oh my God, wait, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, super
Congratulations.
recent. Yeah,
that's amazing. When does that start?
So I did my first piece a little while ago before the break. We just had a break last week.
Okay.
And hopefully I'll do
I'm sorry that
something
I'm late
else
to the
next
party.
week. No worries. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
I thought that's what you were referencing.
I just think his work. I actually think the work you're doing independently will be even bigger than that.
Thanks.
Even though that is such a
it.
big thing.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. It's going to be fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You are one of my favorite comedians, so you should go see
you.
Josh. And you're touring everywhere.
Yeah.
So like literally everywhere.
Yeah, as many places as will have me, I am being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So go see him because his material is really thoughtful, very like thoughtfully strung together, and creates like a cohesive piece. So
He's so funny if I bomb now. Like if I just 6 months of like, I can't put it together.
And then what about you?
May 12th, Netflix is a joke.
Oh,
I'm at the Elysian Theater in LA.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
At Ali Colbert on everything. Get tickets.
Yeah. And then you know my stuff. Okay. Bye. Thanks for listening, guys. We, patreon.com/WHGS to support this pod. Please. It's so helpful. It really helps us to know exactly what income we're going to make because the views, they go up, they go down. It depends on people, but the Patreon stays the same. And I know I'm going to get your dollar and that I can pay Alex with it. It's nice. It's a nice thing to do. And we give you 4 bonus episodes a month, which is a lot. That is a ton compared to other pods. So patreon.com/WHGS. I'm going on tour. Lots of big cities coming up. Los Angeles, Hartford, Connecticut, Oklahoma City, Nashville, Austin, Des Moines, and more after that. So yeah, Gay Thought today, we were talking about the prisons of gender, and I brought up the vibrator conversation. We got into whether or not there was too much intimacy to make a woman come on a hookup, even though that's sort of normal for guys. What are some other sort of hidden prisons of gender and heterosexuality that you have? You look at straight people and you're like, wow, that is a lot to deal with. I'd love to see that in the comments, or write in, DM me, or put it in the Patreon messages. I read those as well. All right, thank you guys. Thank you so much. I'm really glad to have you here. This pod has been so fun lately. Thank you for being here and writing nice stuff. Have a good week.